Green and White Christmas, another slice of Celtic history from a Celtic Wiki. Although Christmas Day 2010 will fall on a Saturday, the idea of abandoning the presents, turkey and in-laws for a trip to Parkhead is an alien, if tempting, concept for a generation of Celtic fans. The closest supporters will get to seeing the Hoops in action this December the 25th is if someone challenges them to a game of FIFA on the Xbox. The ghost of Christmases past, however, shows that this has not always been the case. Although never an integral part of the fixture calendar like the traditional New Year game, matches on December the 25th were an infrequent but hugely popular feature of Scottish football for more than 70 years. Between 1897 and 1971, Celtic played some 15 times on Christmas Day, and on most occasions, the opposition came bearing gifts. Indeed, the Hoops' record for this festive fixture makes remarkable reading. Out of those 15 games, the boys won 13, drew 1 and suffered a solitary loss. Celtic have netted an incredible 58 goals on Christmas Day, an average of just short of 4 a match. In contrast, the Hoops' defence was uncharacteristically Scrooge-like, conceding a measly 13. Celtic's first Christmas Day outing came in 1897, when they travelled the short distance to Clyde and thrashed their host 9-1, with George Allen, in his only season with the boys, claiming 5 goals. Another notable victory came on December the 25th, 1915, when a Patsy Gallagher hat-trick contributed to a 6-0 hammering of Airdrie at Parkhead. Kilmarnock were the Christmas Day visitors to Celtic Park in 1937, when the boys showed little festive spirit by dishing out an 8-0 drubbing of the Ayrshire team. Under normal circumstances, such a result would have had the entire Celtic support in raptures. But this game marked the return to Parkhead of legendary Celt Jimmy McGrory, who was making his debut as manager of Kilmarnock, and who had received a thunderous reception from the home fans as he took his seat in the stand. As such, there was much discomfort among the Celtic followers as McGrory's side were humiliated. Celtic had led the Rugby Park club 6-0 at half-time, and with his side chasing the league title, Willie Maley instructed his players to show no remorse to their opponents or McGrory. For some Celtic fans, though, this public humiliation of an idol they still worshipped was totally unacceptable. While McGrory had no qualms at all about Celtic's attitude, some supporters were less understanding. Their feelings were summed up in a letter sent to McGrory from Dublin priest Father Coleman in the wake of the game. Father Coleman denounced what he viewed as Celtic's ugly attitude to the match, and he wrote the performance was a very ungallant, uncalled for, even dastardly act of the so-called boys. There was no such sympathy on display on Christmas Day 1965, when a Joe McBride hat-trick had helped put Celtic 7-0 up at half-time against Morton. With the Parkhead faithful licking their lips in anticipation of a record victory, Jockstein's men, perhaps mindful of a busy holiday schedule, took their foot off the gas, and the support had to eventually content themselves with an 8-1 triumph. It was in hindsight a wise decision, as 10 days later, Celtic had plenty left in the tank as they destroyed Rangers 5-1. In England, the full Christmas Day fixture programme was abandoned in the 1950s, but north of the border, occasional games would be played on December 25th, right up until the mid-1970s. The last full programme of Christmas Day fixtures in Scotland was, however, held in 1971, and it was on that date that Celtic bowed out of Christmas action. They did so with another victory, this time a 3-2 win over Hearts, which was watched by a crowd of more than 34,000. Nearly 4 decades on from that game, all talk of seeing the Celts in action on December the 25th is now confined to the history books. However, given Celtic's amazing record in these fixtures, perhaps we should be hoping for a return of a green and white Christmas.